He's keeping it low, so this is good tournament strats here. There's a double, and that is gonna do it. Evesy is gonna chase this down. It's a 150,000 point chase down. She had failed a chase down earlier in the match, but gets it this time. Oh no, that left side for Evesy. No, that is gonna cut the board off, and Evesy's run in her Masters debut is done. One of these players is going to the top 8. Let's find out who. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Oh yeah, I gotta do the monster voice, right?
Well, you just got seat-checked, bro.
I don't know why a monster is calling me bro, but all right. Whatever, at least he's kind of a cool monster, you know? At least he's calling me bro. On the left side of your screen, it's DanV, seed number 8, qualified in with a 1.50 million average of his best 2 games played in a 1-hour qualifying period. That is how qualifiers in monthly tournaments here on CTM work. And in virtue of his top 8 seed, he did not have to play in round 1 or round 2. He got a 2-round bye, so this is his first match of this month's Masters event. DanV is from the United Kingdom, and what a United Kingdom it is. He's got a PB of 3.83 million. That is a top 21 score, and he was also ranked 21 in the most recent Premier poll. Premier poll is a ranking of Tetris players done on a monthly basis for open tournaments. DanV, number 21 on that list. You can see the full rankings over at premierpoll.com, Premier with an E at the end. DanV is a CTM Masters winner. That was back in May of 2023. That was our Faster Masters tournament. And Critical Lapis does not want me to get through the DanV intro. Or maybe he does. We'll see. We'll find out in a moment. He's going to open up that channel down the middle. Long bar goes in, and there we go. Tetris for Critical. So anyway, DanV, that one-time Masters event winner. He's been in Mega Masters twice. He's one of the few players to win a Masters, a Challengers, Futures, and Hopeful circuit. So he kind of has got the cycle. And he did that, achieved that over the span of 3 years, from 21 to 23. He's a 5-time CTWC Gold Bracket player, finishing as high as the top 16, which he did in 2022. Recently took first at the CTWC Paris Regional. And boy, what a spirit of Paris I got while watching it. Oh my God. Dan also was top 4 at CT UK last year. Also played in it this year. Played in Austria Regionals the last couple of years. Boston last year. He's all over the place. And he is also the editor and uploader for the YouTube channel that you might be watching right now. So that is DanV, 188 for Critical, 289 for Critical Lapis. And on the right side of your screen, Critical Lapis with a 1.50 also as a qualifier. Got a 1-round bye and played Evesy in round 2. Evesy defeated Zro. They were both debuting in Masters. And then Critical Lapis defeated Evesy. Critical with a PB of 2.27 million. That's a top 40 score. He's been in the monthly Masters 4 times. This is his 5th appearance. And this is his deepest run in the Masters so far. Previously, he'd gotten into round 2. That was in February. So looking to extend this run. He won a community tournament, Tier 2, back in April. He also played in Tap Masters. Made it into the top 16 of that. You've also seen Critical at regionals in Boston and in Philly this year. 360 for Critical, 437 for DanV. Cute Pup Jesus with the Prime sub. Thank you so much. Cute Pup Jesus, Prime sub We're back under 200 subs again. We're at 184. So we're always have that constant fight to stay above 200 subs on Twitch. So if you have an Amazon Prime, Twitch Prime gaming subscription, consider using it on this channel that you are watching right now. Tetris for Critical 437, 527 for DanV. How many members on YouTube? Oh, that's a good question. They don't make that as evident. By the way, we're still $49 away and at risk of losing the $100 pledge that NDog made. NDog said, oh, if we get to 2,100, I'll add another 100 on top. So we're 49 away from that. So, you know, if we just get 10 people to contribute $5 each into that prize pool, and that's for the players, y'all. That is not for your old pal, Vandy. Of course, you know, I'm just sitting on the beach all the time sipping Mai Tais, so I don't need it. So let's get it to the players. 547 for DanV, 562 for Critical. Cute Pup Jesus, 5 subs gifted over on Twitch. So thank you, Cute Pup Jesus. Really appreciate that. And Critical in a dig. And this is going to be tough because there's no... Well, all right, he's flattening it out a little bit. There's a long bar in for a split triple, I think it was. All right, he's bringing it down. All right, that square is going to help a lot. Long bar over to the right, and Tetris for Critical Lapis 612. So, Cute Pup Jesus, thank you so much for those 5 gift subs. They went out to Mojo Monkey, Adam Verbis, Davis WX, Corey Fenn, and DF4044. Really appreciate your support. That gets us up to 190. 10 away from 200. $10 contribution to the prize pool from Arbaro. Wonder what Arbaro said. Critical Lapis is open in column 8. We're going to miss that T-spin. He's going to extend his dig. Just a couple extra burns here. Looking for a long bar. Gets it. Tetris for Critical Lapis 686. DanV uncovers that little gap there in row 5. Now he's going to uncover the well. He's going to do that. Now he's waiting for the bar. Gets it. Tetris for DanV 809. 691 for Critical. So let's see. Arbaro contributed $10 to the prize pool and said, join Tetris for the non-pros at ctm.gg. No, just kidding. tnp.tetris.lol. Yeah, you should do that. Join Tetris for the non-pros at tnp.tetris.lol. $879 for DanV, $751 for Critical. Thank you, Arbaro. Oh my goodness. All right, Critical gets that T-spin, and now, yeah, oh goodness gracious, that L piece is so sad to me. Let's see what he can do. I know that is going to do it. Critical, 762, top out on 28. DanV is good in game number 1. The game is just being really mean with double flips, says Critical Lapis. All right, DanV's got the max on 28. And now he's just looking to pad stats here. Intentional top out. Clearly intentional. Open well. I'll just go ahead and count him down. 3, 2, 1. Tetris Critical looking to tie this one up right now. Yeah, don't joke about stuff like that, because if somebody does put it in, then they're going to feel, you know, maybe they didn't understand that your sense of humor was what it is. So $10 from Davis WX. Thank you for contributing to that prize pool. The redirect is very slow. Okay. Yeah, it could be on our side then. Well, I put the direct link in there as well. All right, that gets us up to 2071. So we're 29 away from unlocking the pledge from NDog. And, you know, when someone's generous enough to do something like that, I like to hold them to it. You know, I mean, it's like, why we don't want to miss out on it. So I get that sometimes I got to push that fundraising a little bit. Hopefully it's not too annoying, but just trying to keep this tournament going, get these players paid, have them keep coming back month after month, reward them for the time and their effort. $93,000 for DanV, 208 for CryticaL. Sebby says, I don't mind it because 100% of the money goes to the players. There isn't some corporation, stuffing their pockets with half of it. Yeah, I mean, you know, obviously Matcherino adds a little bit because they got to stay in operation and they deserve, you know, they deserve to benefit from their efforts. I mean, God, I can't even imagine what we would do for prize pools if it weren't for a service like Matcherino. And, you know, they're not listening. They don't care what I say, but really takes so much of the hassle out of it as an organizer. Like, I don't have to see the funds at all, so it never passes through my hands, right? Which, can you imagine the accounting on my side if I have to do that? So thank goodness for a service like that. It's been great. So now, of course, we wish, you know, everything were free, but I don't know. I think people deserve to get paid for what they're doing. $379 for CryticaL. Now 403 after a Tetris. DanV at 310. So right now, CryticaL ahead by, I don't know, about 103,000, something like that. 7,000, whatever. I don't know. How does math works? 103. No, I don't know. Somewhere. I can't do math right now. 93. That's what it is. 93. Numbers are hard. Well, we don't have those nifty graphics like some of those other streams. Tell you the Chasedown. Well, do they even tell? Do they? Yeah, they tell you the Chasedown total, score difference, that thing, Tetris rate. Oh my God! Can you imagine if we had a Tetris rate here? Our understanding of Tetris would go off the charts if we had Tetris rate available. 425 for DanV. All right, CryticaL's going for it. He's going to set up for that Tetris well. Column 7, 2 rows up. Tetris rate is so cool. It tells you so much more useful information than the scores that are on the screen. Right? You want real-time stats so you can gamble on Tetris? Oh my God. I have no problem with sports betting and things like that, but it is a problem. It presents problems. It is not a problem, but it presents problems to be solved. And unfortunately, I don't think it would be very good for us to have betting on Tetris because the prize pools relative to what can be won and lost wagering, players can be easily influenced. You know what I mean? Because what you could win and lose by gambling on it is less than the prize pool. It's like, or at least not less, but sizable portions. So 573 for DanV, 607 critical. So I would not like to see gambling on classic Tetris until it's massively huge. And the players are taking home six-figure prize pools. 6 will that happen? I don't know. I can dream, can I? 689 for critical, 655 for DanV. Yeah, what if someone pays DanV $10 to throw the match? We wouldn't want that. 687 for Dan. 723 for critical. There's a Tetris critical, 783. So critical's had a lead for a significant portion of this match. It is closer now, though. Now, DanV probably with a bit of a 29 advantage, at least in terms of PB. I don't know how many lines Critical's PB took versus DanV's, but obviously these were not done in 39 cap games. Tetris DanV 853, 906 for critical, unless critical had like a perfect game all the way until 39. But I think I would have heard of that. He has a 1.85 into 39. It's pretty good. Pretty good. All right, DanV going aggro here, building out in that column 8 and 9 with that LPs. Couple of Tetrises here is his reward. And he's got the lead real time. Critical kind of gaps in the stack, burning here. So this is it's a lot closer now. DanV, I think now with the real time and the pace lead. DanV got the max out. He's on 28. Dirty Tetris critical 973. Another Tetris DanV into 29 at A95. Max out for critical. He's on 29. DanV into level 30. All right, critical getting set up for one. Taking the skims, keeping it low. Long bar over Tetris critical, A60. DanV clean board, knocking it down. Nice little S flat there. Gets Tetris ready again. Long bar over Tetris for DanV, B62. A72 for critical. 90,000 point lead for DanV. Critical setup. Tetris for critical. There's one DanV. DanV still up. I guess when the lines are closer, well, I don't know. It's actually a pretty close pace lead, but in a lot of ways, that pace thing doesn't really matter. I mean, if they're not going to survive till 39, they've got to get closer for that to matter. And critical with misdrops and just forced errors in the middle of the board. That is going to be a top out for critical at 1.202. DanV is good with the 1.3 on level 34. So DanV is going to go up 2 games to none. If you see a 2 mil PB, you have no idea if that was 350 lines or 700. Yeah, that's true. But either one says something, doesn't it? Like, either one is impressive, actually. So, but all right. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. The certificate is valid until November. Got it. Guys, oh, we had another contribution to the prize pool, by the way, while I was dealing with all that stuff, and it came from Fancy Mimi. So we had one, Fancy Mimi, Davis WX, Arbaro, Trans Rights, and Zella Zowie. They're all trying to help us get to that $100 pledge from NDog. We need $18.89 more to lock in that $100 pledge. So somebody wants to do the whole thing all in one swoop, or two people with 10, that would do it. And then that would unlock $100 into that prize pool. 136 from DanV, 141 for CryticaL. So let's not let that not go to let's not let that go to waste. That's how things work. Oh, the early tuck for CryticaL. That's going to slow him down a little bit. He'll have to waste some burn lines. No, and he's going to miss that S-spin as well. Tetris for DanV, 253, 201 for CryticaL. See if CryticaL is going to build for it? No, he's just going to bring this down. So CryticaL board. All right, there we go. Tetris for both 234. And he gets another dirty. So two dirties here for CryticaL. He's going for another one. He gets it. 281. 367 for DanV. DanV on pace for a high 600 transition if he keeps, going at this pace. Maybe even a 700. What the heck? Tetris DanV 412 through 75. There's another one. Not even at 80 lines yet, and he's got 435. All right. CryticaL here, a little bit of a frustrating sequence. Gets a couple Tetrises, though. And we'll bring this down. All right, little 200 IQ burn, as they used to say back in 2019. Now it's just a 100 IQ burn. Tetris CryticaL 382. And a couple more Tetrises for him. DanV open center well, column 5. Trying to keep this open, and does. And he's got a 1 burn transfer after that Tetris. So 520 for DanV, 428 for CryticaL. Zelazali with the 1889. The heroism exhibited by Zelazawi. My goodness. Thank you so much, Zelazawi. Really appreciate your 2 contributions to get us to that 2100. And that means we have locked in, I think, that 100 extra from NDog. Cute Pup Jesus has gifted subscriptions to the channel. It's 10 of them. That gets us up to 200 subs. Thank you so much, Cute Pup Jesus and N-Dog. The various ways in which you're supporting the channel. And CryticaL with that critically high transition. There's a Tetris for him, 537. He's going to bring this down. DanV 618. Kind of a double wide well on the right side, so he's got a lot of burns. He's chopping it down. Long bar, Tetris, DanV 647. 565 CryticaL. Just can't seem to hit that S-spin the last couple of tries. So anyway, yeah, thank you again, Q-Pup Jesus. Pete, Mac, Oldies to go, Oopsie, the alt of Pixelandy, Domi, Nubule, valid username, and a purple lantern. All received gift subs. Wow. N-Dog with the said he was going to do 100, but actually came in with 300. Look at that. Thank you so much, N-Dog, for the contribution to that prize pool. That is going to get us up to 2,400 in the prize pool. Thank you so much, and I'm sure the players are excited, or at least the players are going to make it into the prize pool. So thank you again. That is very, very generous, and really appreciate the challenges, too. Like, I think challenges are fun. Gives me a chance to lay the guilt on extra thick. And just unapologetically push the prize pool, you know. So I like it. So thank you, N-Dog. And CryticaL. Oh, no. All right, a little bit of give up here. We'll see. He's bringing it down. If he can get a bar quick, he's got a burn there for a double. He's knocked it back down. So CryticaL not done yet. Could use a J piece. Oh, that bar will work. Oh, just bar this man. Oh, no. Well, all right. Well, it looks like CryticaL is going to bring this down. He's just a few lines away from bringing this down. So huge survival. I think just body language wise, he had given up, but got the pieces. So never give up. 872 for CryticaL. He's not that far behind, you know, given what is available. 100 lines until 29. So DanV at 999. Tetris for him. And CryticaL still in this. All right, he's bringing it down. There's a Tetris for DanV at 29 at A72. And CryticaL's going for it, and he gets a Tetris column 4, I think it was. He's got a clean board here, level 32. DanV A91. CryticaL back by, 120,000 points. And not that far back. It's 2 Tetrises in the late levels. This is definitely still close. Tetris for DanV. CryticaL opens up that right side. Oh, and he gets that S to the left. Oh, no, there's the Tetris for CryticaL. So can he pull something out of the hat again here? And I don't think he's going to be able to do it. So CryticaL going to top out at A83, but some pretty heroic digs to stay alive for CryticaL. I feel like on a couple of times he had that sort of give up energy where just resignation, like, oh, okay. And then he was able to get out of it. So never, ever, ever give up. So yeah, great survival there for CryticaL. You did really well. This is your deepest run ever. You made it into the top 16 for the first time. So I call that progress. So congratulations, CryticaL. DanV, you are moving on to the top 8. Hey everybody, this is your old pal Vandweller, host of Classic Tetris Monthly, and I'm asking you to do me a favor. If you like this video, hit thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like it, please subscribe and bang that notification bell. Join our Discord server, the largest classic Tetris community online, at ctm.gg/discord, and follow us on Twitch at twitch.tv/monthlytetris. Thank you, and have a nice day.